Can
There
you
we go.
can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, okay,
Testing
so
one, two, three. Yes. Okay. Excellent.
perfect. Okay,
Uh,
there
we,
was there was a problem with the audio there, but let's do it again. Welcome to the first inning radio show, and we're live everywhere. I mean everywhere. So let's welcome Roger, the big Yankee fan. What's up, Roger?
Hello. Good evening, BX Bomber. I'm sorry we have not been able to do any shows together for the past couple of weeks, but I was having a little bit of difficulties with my equipment, and we're finally getting some things straightened out here. And I still have a few things to get straightened out, but finally we're back on the air after a couple of weeks. And tonight is a big night as the Yankees start the playoffs against the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, man. It definitely is a big night, and hopefully the Yankees can attack with the hitting, man, because that's what we're gonna need is a lot of hitting.
Yes, the Yankees are facing Shane Bieber tonight. Bieber appears to be the Cy Young Award winning candidate, and he has had a fantastic year with 8 wins and 1 loss and a 1.60 earned run average and 122 strikeouts in 77 innings. So he has had an amazing year. And of course, we have Derrick Cole going tonight for the Yankees, who had a 2.84 earned run average and a 7 wins and 3 losses record, and also had many strikeouts. So it's going to be one heck of a pitching matchup tonight. I expect a low scoring game.
Yeah, that's true. But actually, Beaver is really a nobody in reality. Because the first time you only heard about Beaver is when he struck out the side in the All Star game. Last year's All Star game in
Right.
2019, he became a sensation because he struck out that side. And then he became, a little strikeout force in the rest of the year. And now he's getting lucky. He's getting lucky. So I think the Yankees can hit him. Don't let that fool you. Let's see if he's a Cy Young Award winner tonight. That's all. Let's see if he's Cy Young tonight. I don't think he's Cy Young though. He's a nobody.
Okay.
He's a nobody. He's a nobody. The whole team's a nobody. Let's continue.
I hope I hope you're right. But as of right now, the playoffs are set up where we're going to have 16 teams in the playoffs,
Right.
and it is a amazing setup now. And as of right now, we will have in the American League the Tampa Bay Rays at number 1 against number 8, the Toronto Blue Jays, and then we will have the Oakland A's against the Chicago White Sox, number 2 versus number 7. And then we will have the Minnesota Twins against the Houston Astros, number 3 against number 6. And then we will have the Cleveland Indians versus the New York Yankees, number 4 against number 5, and that is in the American League. And the National League, we will have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Milwaukee Brewers, and number 1 versus 8. And then we will have the Atlanta Braves versus the Cincinnati Reds, number 2 versus number 7. And then we will have the Miami Marlins versus the Chicago Cubs, number 3 versus number 6. And then we will have the San Diego Padres versus the St. Louis Cardinals, number 4 versus number 5. And in the National League, the best record in the playoffs is the Los Angeles Dodgers at 43-17. And the best record in the American League is the Tampa Bay Rays at 40 wins and 20 losses. So that is how the initial playoffs set up.
Sounds like a really good playoff bracket in my opinion.
Oh, yes, it definitely sounds pretty good. It definitely sounds pretty good. And the Yankees finally finished the year, and we have the Yankees' final hitting and pitching statistics. The Yankees their team batting average was 274. I mean, 247, excuse me, not 274, 247. They had 94 home runs. They had 301 runs batted in and scored 315 runs. They had an OPS of 789 and an on base percentage of 342. So that is how the Yankee hitting ended up for the season. And the pitching ended up, the team earned run average was 4.35, and that was 14th in the majors.
Wow.
They won 33, and that was 10th in the majors. The Yankees had 528 strikeouts. That was 11th in the majors. Batting average against the Yankee pitching was 236, and that was 11th in the majors. And their WHIP, walks, hits to innings pitched, was 1.24, and that was 11th in the majors. And the starting pitchers pitched 500.2 innings, 27th in the majors. So the starting pitching was very low in the amount of innings that they completed.
That's true. And now, in the playoffs, Aaron Boone has decided to go with 13 pitchers,
Yes, he
and
did.
he's gonna
Yes,
go with he's gonna go with three catchers. He's gonna bring that guy Kratz on the team. I guess for that knuckleball. I guess that's the 14th pitcher maybe. If things
right.
get if things go bad, you have a 14th pitcher there. The sad part is Miguel Andujar. He's gonna be sanctioned to the taxi squad on the playoffs
Right.
in case if anybody gets hurt. He's gonna be there, and pretty much that's your squad there, man.
Yes, they are bringing Mike Ford along, and Mike Ford
Oh, I
really
forgot
had
about Mike Ford. Yeah, that's right.
they're bringing Mike Ford along. Ford has gotten the the nod ahead of Miguel Andujar, I guess, because Ford is a left-handed bat, and so they were going with Ford, but Ford only batted 135. And I do have some of the final statistics for the Yankee hitters this year. And we have DJ LeMahieu won the batting title with a 364 average and 10 home runs and 27 runs batted in. And Luke Voigt hit 277 and won the home run title with 22 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Judge hit 257 with 9 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Stanton was 250 with 4 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Hicks was 225 with 6 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Gardner had an off year with a 223 average and 5 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Frazier was at 267 with 8 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Perez was at 243 with 3 home runs and 16 runs batted in. And Duhar was 242 with 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. Wade was at 170 with 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Sanchez had a very rough year batting average wise. He hit just 147, but he did have 10 home runs and 24 runs batted in. And Urshela was very good with a 298 average and 6 home runs and 30 runs batted in. And Higashioka finished the year with a 250 average and 4 home runs and 10 runs batted in. So those are some of the statistics of some of the major Yankee players.
Which is a good thing. Um, I don't know if it was. Well, they're gonna have one good thing about today's game is about the wild card game is Brett Gardner actually hit a home run off of Beaver before. You know,
Excellent.
so that's gonna work to our favor. So maybe Gardner knows something that the other Yankees don't know, and he can see the ball better. Maybe he pops the first home run today. Because he has hit one before.
Yes, Gardner finished hot at the end of the year. He had a nice little hitting situation going on against the Marlins and finished pretty hot at the end of the year. And one of the things he did that was kind of sad was he saluted Yankee Stadium with the empty stadium. He saluted them at the end of the game when the Yankees lost 5-0 to the Marlins, the final game of the season. So I don't know if he was feeling some kind of way, and he can always come back as a fourth outfielder. So I guess why not with the Yankees? But we'll have to see how it all plays out. I think Frazier is probably going to get the majority of his playing time now.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Shout out to Bryson on the check-in there. Um, yeah, I think Brett Gardner's days are numbered, but I think he has to be back next year because with the amount of injuries that
Yeah.
happened, because Stanton and Judge are accident prone already, so you actually
Oh
need
yeah.
him. I think Brett Gardner might be the first player in history that can't retire. You know what I mean?
Right.
He can't retire because the team actually needs him. Like he's
Yeah.
actually he's actually the best outfielder that we have. and he's actually the best base runner that we have. He's actually the best stealing base. He can actually steal more bases than anybody if you let him try. So yeah, I mean he's the only one man that can run basically. You know.
I think he's second fastest Yankee right now. Tyler Wade, because Tyler Wade is much younger, is a bit faster than Gardner, but Gardner, I would say, is still probably the second fastest player on the team. So he still has a lot of speed, and they've said things where you could drop a baby grand piano on Gardner and he would be ready to play the next day. Because he's always in there and never has injuries. He is always there. You see Stanton go down. You see Giancarlo Stanton go down. You see Aaron Judge go down, and Brett Gardner is always there, ready to play.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's truly a fact. Um, so what do you think about how do you think they're gonna use Clint Frazier? I think they're gonna bounce him around. What do you think?
I believe they're probably going to start him, and they will use Frazier in the outfield, and then they will use Giancarlo Stanton as the designated hitter.
Now I saw MLB Network today, right? And MLB Network, they were showing their stupid little roster moves, right? You know how they do, how they pick the how they. Oh, shout out to Michael Caputo on the check-in. Let's go Yankees! Damn right we're gonna win.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Bryson. Thank you guys for taking interest in us.
Yeah, those are my guys, man. Um,
Yes,
um,
they are.
they had check this out, right? They had their defensive roster up, right? Brett Gardner playing left field, Hicks center, Judge, but they wanted Tyler Wade to play second base and DJ LeMahieu to play first base. You agree with that?
Uh-huh. Wow, wow. I know that Voigt is dealing with that foot issue, but Voigt is the most fearsome hitter in the Yankee lineup right now with his 22 home runs. So unless something has happened to Voigt, Voigt, I will tell you, he keeps playing with that foot injury. I would want to have Voigt in there as the home run champion of the majors this year with 22 homers.
Their explanation was well, Voigt would have been the DH on that roster, but their explanation was that the Yankees don't do double plays very well.
No, they don't. They
And
hit into a lot of them.
yeah, they do. They sure do hit into a lot of them, but they don't do. They can't perform the double play very well, and
No, they don't.
I find that hard to believe with the players that they have at shortstop and second. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I guess they're just not getting the opportunity to do it. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're not great double play. I don't think that they're I think they're great double play guys, but MLB thinks they're not. But I think they are. You know what I mean? But they just don't get the proper, direct hits to them. You know what I mean? It's always to the side or to the right or whatever it is. So is that they don't get it easy, like Jeter was. Jeter made it
It's
look
a little
easy.
bit like of circumstances as well, certain types of circumstances and situations. And the Yankees were not a particularly good defensive team. They committed the most errors in the major leagues. The second
Right.
most amount of errors in the major leagues were the Pittsburgh Pirates. But the Yankees were a bit sloppy on defense. And the Yankees really do have to hit the home run in order to win. We will see how it goes tonight with Bieber and Cole. That will be a one heck of a pitching matchup, and it will be really interesting to see. As of right now, the playoffs are already underway, and in the eighth inning, the Houston Astros and the Minnesota Twins are tied 1-1 in the eighth inning as they're playing live. And the Chicago White Sox are 3-0 over the Oakland A's in the eighth inning as of right now. And the Tampa Bay Rays and Toronto Blue Jays have just started now, and they're in the first inning, and that game is scoreless.
Nice, nice. Hopefully that turns out good. I know the last game tonight is the Dodger game. They're gonna play at 10 o'clock. No,
Oh, are they? I thought the National League was starting tomorrow.
no, the last game is 10 o'clock. Dodgers
Oh, okay.
on
They're not
ESPN.
listed up here. They're not listed up here for today.
Really?
I
It's
think
on.
they may be starting tomorrow. Today is the American League teams. Tomorrow, all of the teams play together tomorrow. But today, I believe they start out with just these American League games, and then the American League teams will be playing their second game tomorrow as the National League begins tomorrow. They are not scheduled. They are not on the schedule for tonight.
Ah, okay. Maybe I read it wrong.
Right? They are not on the schedule for tonight. They will be starting tomorrow.
Now, how do you feel about Clark Schmidt not making the team?
Well, he made his major league debut, his starting debut, and he got knocked around a little bit. He gave up those 3 runs in 4 innings, and they went with Nelson. You know, Nelson has a powerful fastball out of the bullpen at 97 miles per hour, but Nelson has trouble with his location and has been knocked around a bit. So they've been criticized a little bit about that, where they think Clark Schmidt may have been a better option than having Nelson on the playoff roster. So I guess they have their reasons, but I don't know exactly why. I think they should have maybe gone with Clark Schmidt myself, but they decided to go with Nelson.
Oh yeah, a few guys made it. That I don't know how they. Well, there's some guys that like Luis Sessa. He's gonna be there to eat up innings if if the Yankees go down south. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
But a
right.
lot. Yeah,
He would be he would be if the Yankees are ahead 7-1 or behind 7-1.
exactly. So, but at least a good look is though they got Davey Garcia made the team. That's a good look.
Oh yes, yes. I was impressed with Davey Garcia. I think he had a very strong showing for his rookie year, and I was very impressed with him. He has a fastball in the low 90s, but sometimes when he really jacks it up, he can hit about 94, 95, and he has good stuff. And he looked very poised and very good for a 21-year-old rookie pitcher. And I don't know if they will be starting him in game 3 if game 3 is necessary. I believe the Yankees will be starting Derrick Cole tonight. Well, they are. Tanaka tomorrow. And then I don't know about a game 3, whether it would be Hap or Garcia.
Yeah, I don't know because out of the 13 pitchers, it don't really sound like they have much of a bullpen because they got Zach Britton, Luis Sessa, Aroldis Chapman, Davey Garcia, but he might be a starter though, right? Depending.
Yeah, he would be a starter.
So Zach Britton, Luis Sessa, Aroldis Chapman, Chad Green, Jonathan Holder, Jonathan Loaisiga, Jordan Montgomery, Nick Nelson, Adam Ottavino. That's 9. They got nine bullpen guys. Maybe 10 with Davey
Right,
Garcia. Maybe 10. Right?
right.
So out of the starters, you got Garrett Cole, Davey Garcia, Hap, and Tanaka. You got 4
And
guys.
Montgomery.
And Jordan
And
Montgomery.
Montgomery, if they use
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I mentioned him in the bullput, but you could put him in the starting
Oh, yeah,
5.
yeah.
But they're not gonna go with 5 pitchers. They're probably gonna go with 3, right? I would
Right.
think they
Well,
would go with
this
3,
series is the best of 3.
right? So I think they would go with 3 and then restart it with Cole. If Cole pitches today, we got to win 2 games, right? To win the wild card
Right,
series, right? So if he pitches
right.
today, that's tomorrow. That's a and tomorrow that's 2. That's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. He will be pitching on 4 days rest. You think he can handle a 4 day rest? Or can
Yes, if they make it to the next round, I believe the next round starts on October 5th. So there would be a couple. There's going to be a couple days off
it's one
between
day. It's 1 day off between
one day.
series.
One day.
So
I see.
that would be 4 days. Now
Right.
No matter what, if the Yankees go 3 games or what, it's gonna be 4 days rest. Then
Right.
then Tanaka, he will have to go on 4 days rest too, because he would pitch after him. You know, so
Yes.
man, I don't know how. Whew, hopefully that works, man, because they're gonna run down this pitching staff really quickly, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is regular rest, 4 days. They tend to use 5-man rotation. So they go on 4 days rest, every pitcher. So that is regular rotation.
No, they will actually only have a 3 days rest and pitch on the fourth day.
No, they pitch on the fifth day. They have a
Yeah, I know,
5-man
but what I'm
rotation.
saying is now, right now, Derrick Cole is gonna pitch on his fourth day and only have 3 days
Oh,
rest
I
in
see what you're
between.
saying. Yeah, yeah,
You see
yeah.
what
I
I'm
see what
saying?
you're saying.
So it's gonna be four
Right,
days. So it's gonna be hard, and then Tanaka has to do 4 days too. You see?
right.
And then whoever pitches behind Tanaka, whether it's Montgomery, I don't even know if they would. I don't even know if I would put Oh man, we don't have a third starter. We're gonna put
Right.
Hap.
I mean,
You're gonna put Hap
with
out
the
there. Hap is gonna give up a home run in the first inning. You already know that.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the no days off in the playoffs, they may be forced to use the fifth starter
Well,
at some
well,
point during the playoffs.
no, Michael, I'm excited about tonight, but I'm not nervous about it. I'm nervous about how these idiots are gonna manage the game. That's what I'm nervous about. you
Right,
know, because
right,
I'm just giving you the options of what it looks like. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because they're gonna have to win 2 games in a row. Because if we get to the third game, who are you gonna put out there for the third game? Hap? Hap is gonna give
Would
up
either
runs.
it would either be Hap or Garcia.
I would go with Garcia, you
Yeah.
know, and see if he could
Hmm.
work through at least 3 innings. That's what
Right,
all I would expect from him is at least 3 or 2. Maybe let him
right,
go around the order one time, and then once he gets around the second time, if he gets a hit, bring him out and bring in the professionals. Then I would probably bring in Hap, but Hap will blow the game. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Hap actually pitched quite well this year. I mean, towards the end of the season, he did very well, and he
The
statistically
screw.
was one of the better pitchers. He had a 3.47 earned run average, I believe, and also we don't know what type of Yankee team will be showing up really
That's
because
what I,
the
that's what I'm
Yankees were
saying.
very
Cause after Cole and Tanaka, who do we have? That's it. It's over. It's
I
over. No,
know.
no matter who you put out there, they're gonna get destroyed. Maybe we go with Jordan Montgomery. Maybe he got a better hope than all these other guys. I mean, Davey Garcia is a
Yeah,
great pitcher. I don't want to put him down. I'm not putting Davey Garcia down. It's just that he's new. He's a rookie.
right.
You know what I mean? And in these situations, rookies get destroyed, no matter how great they are. You know what I'm saying? So I would have
They don't have the-
yeah, and Jordan Montgomery, he's he's a rookie too, but he's more of a veteran by now because he was hurt and stuff like that. So he has experience more. You know,
right.
it's
And you could really break down the Yankees' season into streaks. They began the season at 16 wins and 6 losses. So
yeah,
that is the one area that you could begin with. Then they went into a period where they were 5 wins and 15 losses. And then they won 10 straight. So they had a period where they were 10-0 and even hit 19 home runs in 3 games against the Blue Jays at Yankee Stadium. And after their 10-0 streak, they finished the season 2-6. So they had two very good streaks and two very poor streaks. And the Yankees finished the year with 33 wins and 27 losses, 7 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays, and they were second in the American League East and the number 5 playoff seed. So that is how the Yankees finished out the year, and you
and
could break it down into 2 categories.
um, what I'm gonna read what Michael Caputo said. Um, by losing Paxton, which is horrible too. Which he would have been a better fit for right now, but the fact of losing Severino, right? That's the worst possible thing that ever happened this season. Period. Because he would have been the third guy. You know, imagine
Right.
Cole, Tanaka, Severino. But imagine, like Michael Caputo saying, imagine if we never would have got Cole. The Yankees
Oh,
would be nowhere. Forget about it. Nowhere.
exactly.
And it's true. We wouldn't be anywhere because even though he lost a few amount of games this year pitching, but Cole is still a dominant force,
Yes, he
which
is.
which he can
Yes, he,
which you know he makes batters nervous. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, he has great stuff. I mean, he has amazing stuff. He has the knuckle curve. He has the slider. He has the changeup. He has the overpowering fastball that usually clocks in between 96 and 98 miles per hour, but he could pump it up to 100 miles per hour. And Cole has amazing stuff. And this is going to be one heck of a pitching matchup tonight between Cole and Bieber.
Yeah, man. And also, Garrett Cole has heavy stitching in his back pocket to hold that $324 million for 9 years.
Oh, yes, exactly. I would say so. You don't have to worry about him financially. That's for sure. I believe he and his wife just bought a beautiful mansion, like a $5 or $6 million mansion in Connecticut now. And so they are settled in the area, and financially, they are in pretty darn good shape.
Well, he's gonna be great for 9 more years. Hopefully, he
Right,
can last that long. You know, and he's not a dud like the other pitchers in Yankee history have become. You know what I
right.
mean? And there's a lot
He
of
just
duds.
he just turned 30 on September 8th, so he's still relatively young, but he is a veteran pitcher now. So this will be a great matchup tonight, and I'm excited to see it. And we'll have the Yankees and the Indians, and it really begins. And this is one heck of a playoff season with the amount of teams that are in the playoffs, as I read off, you know. And this will be a fun October.
Oh, it's gonna be fun, man. Hopefully, the Yankees could do this quickly, man. Um, how do you feel about Tampa Bay or Toronto Blue Jays as the next opponent?
Well, because of the problems that the Yankees had with the Rays, I would kind of like to play the Blue Jays because, but I mean, the Yankees were 50-50 with the Blue Jays, but I might feel a little more comfortable facing the Blue Jays than the Rays simply because of all the problems the Yankees had with the Rays this year. They were 2-8 against the Rays this year.
Yeah, I think I'd rather take my chances with the Rays, man, because
You-
they
With,
got they got too many the Blue Jays got too many people that can hit home runs over there. You know,
right,
at least Tampa Bay, if they want to really play him, they can beat Tampa Bay. It's just that they just you know they just get the wrong side of the bounce sometimes. You know, but
right.
but
It's just a case of
but that's the better odds
go
though.
ahead.
That's the better odds though, because if a team has been beating you all year, and if you get to play them in the playoffs, that's your chance to beat them. That's your time to beat them. And pretty much that's
You're
mostly the
due.
time that's what happens. Yeah, they get due. And that's mostly the time mostly what that's what happens in playoffs and basketball, college, hockey, whatever. That happens, man. You know? They
I
got
hear you.
odds,
I hear you.
you
I
know?
hear you. I know. And but it really is because of the Yankees being so streaky. When they were on their good streaks, they looked like world beaters. And when they were on their bad streaks, they played very poorly. And they also played poorly on the road. You know,
Right.
when the series continue on to the next round, the American League will be playing uh, in San Diego, and the National San Diego and Los Angeles, and the National League will be playing in Arlington and Houston. So the American League playoffs are set to be played in California, and the National League playoffs are set to be played in Texas in bubbles. They will be playing in Arlington and Houston for the National League, and San Diego and Los Angeles for the American League.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They had good success in Cleveland, though. You know,
Yes,
even though we're gonna see if Beaver's gonna be a Cy Young Award winner or not. He has to beat us to
right,
do it. So, um,
exactly,
you know what I mean? So, and I don't think that's gonna happen today, man. He's gonna get his stuff rocked today. I believe it because you got Judge and Stanton in the lineup, and with Judge and Stanton a lot, they do a lot of foul balls. So you're gonna make this
right.
guy do a lot of pitches. His pitch count is gonna go up quickly if they work him that way. Because a lot of most of the times the Yankee batters they swing at the first pitch, man, and they get a first pitch out all the time. So if they could stop doing that and let the guy pitch to them, they can knock him out of the game real quick. And Cleveland, they don't really have a bullpen. Nobody has. I don't think anybody has a
Well, they
bullpen.
have that hand. Hand is very good. The bullpen, Cleveland's bullpen statistically have been very good this year, and they have Brad Hand. The Yankees bullpen actually did not live up to expectations. But the Cleveland pitching, that is the thing where some people are favoring the Indians because they have Carrasco and they have Bieber and they have strong pitching, but the Yankees hitting is superior to the Cleveland's hitting. But the
Yeah,
Yankees hitting is very streaky.
yeah. Cleveland, they don't have a bullpen, man. Because look at the teams they were playing. The team that they were playing, they outmatched them. You know what I mean? So they're automatically their pitches look so great, but they're really not. You know what I mean? Because um you, you got to remember teams teams create their team to play another team. So
Right.
like the Yankees are created to play against the Toronto Blue Jays and these powerhouse teams, right? Now, when you take the Cleveland Indians that are already programmed to play the Yankees and stuff like that, when they play these other teams from the National League, they're blowing them out. You know, because it's a different type of style of play. You know what I'm saying? Because they already have to. They're already playing like they're down 2 runs. You know, and they have to make these runs back quickly. And usually these guys get these runs in the first inning. First, second inning is when these teams attack. You know,
Yes.
but if they don't
Yes.
attack, if they don't get you in the first few innings, um, you can beat them. You can beat them. You know, because once you get their main pitcher out like Beaver, they're gonna be finished, man. They don't got a bullpen. You know, it's just
And
go ahead.
I wanted to say that I'm sorry that I was not able to get up this year. This had been a terrible year with all the crises happening with the pandemic and the economic crisis and everything. And I really missed getting up to see you this year. But I'm definitely coming up next year. I just have
Yeah.
to wait a little while before I get tickets, even though they were available now. It's too early to try to commit to any Yankee tickets this early. I'm going to have to wait a while, but I'm really looking forward to seeing you next year because this year was a horrible year. But thank goodness we have this great technology, and we talk every day, and we pretty much see each other every day just using technology. And we'll be back together hopefully in the spring of 21.
Yes. I don't even think, man. Honestly, Roger, man, I don't even see baseball happening in 2021, man. I don't see baseball happening in April. And not
Wow.
with fans anyway. I don't think it's gonna be with fans, man. Because
Yeah.
the way De Blasio is and the way Cuomo is, they won't. I don't think they'll allow it. You know, they won't allow it. You know, depending on
That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't. The Yankees are desperate to get revenue on their books, so they are already offering. They had a period of time where they were offering individual game tickets and some season ticket plans and taking orders for them now. But it's just too darn early right now to try to commit to that. I have to keep the money in the bank and wait for a while. We'll see what's happening in March of next year, February or March of 21. And once we have a little more certainty and we can see what is going on, then I can take some action. But right now, with the uncertainty, there's no way that I could commit to anything right now.
Yeah, because even right now, arenas are still not allowed to open. Even
Right,
right now, they're still not allowed to open in New York anyway, and in New Jersey too. So that's why there's
right,
no fans in the Giants and Jets games and all that. But
right,
there might not be fans in the stand because how they gonna regulate that? They don't even have a proposal to even set it up to let people in. You know what I mean? They're gonna
I know.
or a seating plan. They don't even have a seating plan for that. They're just selling tickets just like that. But even though, let's see what happens if they come out with this vaccine or whatever. But then, even if they come out with a vaccine, you're still gonna have not a lot of people that have to take it or whatever, and get vaccinated or whatever. So how long is that gonna take? Another year? Another 6 months? That cuts into the baseball time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Believe it or
For the
not,
fourth year,
I,
we're
I, I-
going to be having problems.
right? Believe it or not, even though baseball is just finishing and starting with the playoffs, they're running out of time on spring training. If you think about it, and
Right,
I understand it's months and way away, but in reality, they're running out of time because now spikes are going up in the coronavirus. You know, especially in these Jewish neighborhoods in New York City, man. They got them Hasidic Jews, man. They're breaking out in the neighborhoods because they don't want to be vaccinated. You understand?
yeah.
So now we got a big problem with this community now, and still nobody want to do nothing about it. And I don't know, man. It's like nobody cares, man. Like they could run and do whatever they want to do, and it's a shame. It really is a
The
shame, man.
way the way the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, has been politicized by this administration, and the way they are rushing a vaccine, many people will not trust it, especially coming from this administration.
Right.
Many people that this thing could be rushed and safety precautions may not be met, and that it could potentially be very dangerous. So many people are not even trusting it the way it's been politicized.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Johnson and Johnson is the one that's creating it.
There's a few of them. There's Moderna, there's Johnson and Johnson, there's Pfizer. There's a number of different companies working on vaccines simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna. I don't know, man. The 2021 season is in jeopardy as well, man. You know,
Right,
because I don't even see how they can reopen Madison Square Garden. How can they do that?
right,
They're gonna have to get super ventilation in there that which they don't have, and the building is not even. These buildings weren't even designed to even do that. You know?
right now, there's just too much uncertainty. There's no way of making any plans several months down the road. We have no idea where the pandemic is going to be, what's going to be happening. Many people are saying many different things. There's all kinds of talk, people contradicting one another, and no one really knows for sure what exactly is happening.
Yeah.
So that's why we definitely can't make any concrete plans right now. We have to wait several months and
Yeah.
take it play it by ear.
But I could see baseball opening up and football opening up because they're stadiums. But man,
Right,
like think about Madison Square Garden. How do you filter that? Wow, that must be you talking millions of dollars there, man, to
you'll
create
have
a
to do some
filtration system.
re-engineering.
Exactly, that's my thing. You have to right and create something where air pushes through and also kills the bacteria in the air. They got to do that too.
Right,
And even if they do that, it's still not it's still not 100% bulletproof because if somebody coughs next to you, and they have COVID-19, they're gonna get it regardless, even how much air filtration there is, regardless. So I think we're gonna have to wear masks forever until until
I believe
COVID-19
there's
goes
probably
away.
going to be a new normal. There's going to be a new normal,
Right.
and I don't think it'll ever go back to the way it was before COVID-19 hit. I don't think we'll ever get back to that level again. But things will slowly come to a bit more normalcy. But this COVID-19 could become endemic. Right now, it's considered a pandemic, but with a vaccine, it may become something that is seasonal, like the flu or the common cold, and it may be something that is with us permanently. But after we have a certain amount of immunity and a certain amount of vaccines, the dangerousness of it will subside a bit.
Yeah, man. The mask, I think, is the only thing that's actually been working. That's actually worked was the mask. And I try to use my mask for a lot of things. Like even when I'm cleaning, like in the house, when you move the
Right.
blanket or something, dust goes in the air. I don't know if you know that,
Yeah.
but so I wear
Oh,
the
yes.
mask, and it keeps you from sneezing and stuff like that. It's great, man, to wear the mask. Even what it's good for too.
Oh,
In allergy season, you wear the mask during allergy season, you won't get the allergies. Because you're not breathing
oh,
in
yeah.
the pollen. So it
I
works
believe
out.
they help tremendously, no doubt about it. They're not 100%, but they help. And any type of thing that you could use to kind of help matters along, I'm all for trying to use it, even if it is not 100%.
And you know something too? The mask does work to help you not get sick from the common cold or flu as well.
Right.
Because let's say you're coming from outdoors and you go into a shopping center and it's different air in there. So when you walk in, you breathe that air, that's the air that gets you sick. If people don't know that. So it's good to actually wear
Well,
the mask going inside of a building, you
look at
know?
surgeons and doctors when they're performing operations. They have always worn masks for at least a century,
That's true.
you know,
That's true.
so that is the deal there, you
It's
know.
proven, man.
And so that you I would imagine you have to wear a mask at work.
Yeah. Yeah, I wear a mask all day. It's
Right,
mandatory. It's
exactly.
part of everybody's uniform now. If you work at a restaurant, store, any public place, you have to wear a mask. That's just the bottom line. You don't have to wear it
Right.
outside. You could walk down the street freely without it, or whatever you want to do. But to go into any type of to any establishment, you have to wear a mask, no matter what it is.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Same thing all over, no doubt about it. But anyway, I think I'm going to have to head out and take care of some things. So let's enjoy the playoffs and let's hope for a good Yankees win tonight.
Absolutely, man. Let's go Yankees, and hopefully they win, man. Uh, it should be number one win tonight, and
Right.
the story will be written, no matter whether we like it or not. So hopefully they
And we'll
win,
get
man.
our next show in right after the series is over.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do it one right after for a recap. We'll do another show
Right.
to do it quickly. So I want to thank everybody for watching and listening. You can
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Bryson.
absolutely, and for everybody else, hit the like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram as BXBomber2011 at that handle, and we'll see y'all on the next one. So long, everybody, and see ya.
Take care.